Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Sun Slapper. How you doing this morning? Man, I hope all is well with you this morning. All is well over here. All is well is over here, man. Thank you for joining us this morning on Sun Slappers. It's going to be a very interesting morning, a very interesting morning. Thank you for starting your day with us. If you're new to this channel, thank you for subscribing. Please press that subscribe button, hit the alerts so you know when we're going live. They were like, Gil, you doing live. So here we are, right? So I sent a message over to the Gil Garrett page where you can join us here. And then also, if you hadn't had the opportunity to actually go over to Trust in the Process page, please do so. Please get over there and like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube page. This is actually the Facebook page of Trust in the Process. If you get over there, please like, share, and subscribe. We need you in this particular community. We need you in the community in itself. So if you get over to the YouTube page, please get over there as well. Like, share, and subscribe. And all you have to do is just hit that subscribe button, then go over there and click that alert button right here. Boom, and it's going to give you notifications when we are going live. Again, thank you so much. Sun Slappers is a place where we come and we give a few tips throughout the day to kind of help set your day. Had some good ones come in. Y'all really do send me some interesting slides or phrases for me to be able to comment on and be intentional about the direction that we're going here with Sun Slapper. So I thank y'all so much. We're going to get into it real quick, and we're going to start off with, no, we did that one. No. Okay. No, I'm going to wait to that one because y'all wanted me to talk about law enforcement today. And I'll do that as well. But let's start here. It never gets easier. You just get stronger. Whew, man. It never gets easier. You just get stronger. Oh my goodness, man. That one right there. It is. You're gonna find out clear, and very soon, if you haven't already, that you're stronger than you think that you are, and that you have what it takes to be in the position that you're in life. In life. I'm not talking about your physical job. I'm not talking about positions or rankings people may have you in. I'm talking about in life. Everything that has been set to destroy you has lost. Think about that for a minute. Think just really take your time and think about that for a minute. Every single thing that you thought was the worst thing that could ever happen to you, or the hardest thing that ever happened to you. Traps that were set. Things that were done intentionally to get you off track, to lose your focus. Up until this day, right now, Tuesday, September 9th, it didn't win. And so life doesn't just, it never gets easier. Build and be assured in your confidence, with your confidence, that you got stronger. You got stronger. So remember that going into the office today, and think of that as a reason to kind of share that testimony with someone else that you may see struggling, that you may see going through some things at this particular time in life. Life, they don't get easier. You got stronger. I like that one. I like that one. As you're going into the office today, as you're going into dropping the kids off at school, imagine how many people dislike you because they did not hear your side of the story. Can you just think about that for a second? We live in a world right now where it's very interesting how people can just take the word of somebody else, or they take what they see and they just run with it. They don't investigate it anymore. They don't sit back and go, okay, let's kind of think about why this person is saying this or why this is happening. But imagine how many people dislike you because they didn't hear your side of the story. Well, sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, they don't need to. Take that as if somebody switched up on you and somebody has, decided to be like, I don't really want to kick it with that person. And they never came to you and asked you what was going on. They never said, could this be possible? Specifically, if they never had any other contact with you outside of being a positive contact. They were looking for a reason already. And it may hurt your feelings. And it may be disappointing to find out, dang, I ain't think it'd be that person. Like they just, like them, kind of the blessing. Because where you're going, that could have really hurt you. It could have really hurt you to find out that those people were really against you. Once you get to the level that God is trying to place you on, in new positions. It's tough. I know. I get it. It's tough. It really is. But they were looking for a reason not to like you anyway. And whatever it was that caused them, or that mask, to fall off, thank God it did. Thank God it did. This one was, it was something that it was a question, this next one here, I came along with because somebody asked me about law enforcement and why I got into it. And I said, being in law enforcement is not easy, nor is it fair. However, it's necessary for those around me that never understood how it works. It was never about me. It was never about me. It was when I understood clearly that me getting into law enforcement would free a lot of my friends, and I mean free meaning mentally, and really be able to help a lot of people that I know whom seem to get caught up in that law enforcement space a lot, out of just habits, things that we've done to ourselves. Not necessarily. I'm never one of the ones to say, oh, it's always them. It's always something that they've done, etc. That's not me. I'm very. Most people who know me know that I'm accountable to myself first, and that I ask that of the people that's around me. And so when I got into law enforcement, it was most people know this, if you've been following me for a while, it was $100 bet I couldn't pass the police academy. We ended up passing the police academy, and here we are, right? But then you start wondering why, like, certain people, because of the exposure, the lack of exposure to things that they've been involved in, or the lack of law, or how intimidating it can be, people find themselves to be caught up in it. And so that's why I'm grateful for now with some of these new reforms around our judicial system in law enforcement, is the fact that, these folks who have warrants because they got a, DWLS, driving while license suspended, their license still suspended, so they got a warrant because they never, they didn't go back after the bond was paid, and now they have an additional bond warrant and things of that nature. Those things perpetuate over time, and in your youth specifically, a lot of these things have happened in their youth. And so you got to be able to tell people, like, listen, man, you got into this little bit of trouble, but you got to be consistent about handling your business, and that's on the individual to be intentional, but then also it's on our particular community to making sure that we understand that we're showing and teaching people who may not know or been exposed to the things that we've been exposed to. And so law enforcement, over the 28 years that I've been in, I've been able to assist a lot of individuals in navigating the system that, one, just in my personal opinion, that nobody should get caught up in. That it's not a place that you want to get caught up in because it's a web. It's a vicious web that will entangle you if you do not have the expertise or the exposure to learning more about the legal system. And so that's why we have lawyers, that's why we have judges, that's why we have this whole system put in place. It's not a perfect system at all, by far. But I got into law enforcement because partly because of individuals, and I stayed because I found myself being that go-to person. And that's what I mean when it says it's not always fair, because people, when they're hurting and they need some information, they're not always sensitive to what you may be going through in that particular point in time. And so that's it. That's interesting. That's probably pretty much all I got to say about that in a sense. But again, if you haven't gotten over to Mr. Trust the Process Facebook page, please get over there and like, share, and subscribe. And also get over to the Facebook page in itself. Thank you for the 18 new followers. We got merch dropping soon, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the merchandise that we have coming soon. Trust the Process has been something that we've been, oh my goodness, Trusting the Process has been around since really been heavy in my life since 2010, when I started really kind of going through some changes myself and understanding that process is where I found my purpose, and that purpose is where it brought me right to my assignment. And so that's what we try to encourage here amongst other believers and other people who are deciding to take responsibility for their life and being intentional and being direct. There's quite a few things this morning that I want to get a hold to, but thank you so much. We got about a minute left. I thank you for taking the time to join me every single day. But please get over to the YouTube page. That's where we're going to start going live at. I'll reshare it to the Gil Garrett page, but then also to the Trusting the Process page. So God bless you, Trusting the Process, excuse me. Sun Slappers, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Share this if it's helped you. We'll appreciate you. And tune in for Wednesday. We are going back to the podcast, All Things Pontiac. Shift Happens. Again, another part of Trusting the Process. And we're going to talk about my getting ready for my run for my re-election for the Pontiac School District. And so I'm grateful for everybody who's had that, who's supported me over the last 2 decades and things of that nature. Our district is in shambles. Our district is really over the last I would just say basically 2 years, we went, and I'll leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. But tune in for Wednesday. I'll be here's another part of what we're going to be doing here as well. I'll be sharing out of the words of the mouths of the individuals who work in the district, who who basically so you don't have to take my word for it. They switched, the Board of Education switched from going to Facebook, so now they're on YouTube because Facebook was getting too many followers and they didn't like the comments, so now they switched over to YouTube. And as you can see, the viewership on this particular one was very low. So, but there's nothing that's been done that we cannot change. And I just encourage those who believe in us and continue to fight for us that you hold strong. But the electoral process, we have to get back to electing individuals on the board who care about our children, so we can hire people who care about our children. And That's pretty much all I got to say about that. We'll talk about it again on Wednesday. Sun Slappers, thank you. Thank you again for joining. God bless you. And